closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. Jakeem Grant now to return. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. A first carry for Kenyon Drake. A beautiful fake. So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
To throw on 2nd down is Tannehill. And over the middle, this is Parker. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Tannehill with a hook up to Parker for the Dolphin first. On 1st down, Drake. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. On 2nd down, here's Tannehill. And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down. Malik Collins continuing to fight downfield. The big tackle gets him for a loss of 11. So after the sack of Tannehill, the Dolphins come up here on a 3rd and long.
Hey, 20. Hey, 20.
Out of the gun, Tannehill. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Micah Hyde. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. Last week, somehow they won. He threw all those picks, but they still won. Here, opening drive, unfortunately, he picked up where he left off.
Partner, you get a lot of extra patience when you find a way to win despite you making mistakes. But starting out again this game, that patience is going to wear thin really quick. And I think the guys on the defensive side of the ball will be the first ones to let him know that's got to stop.
So after the INT, it's Allen. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
Now it's the Boise State alum, Jay Ajayi. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. 12 yards that time, and a Bills first down. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense, because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
A gain of 39 that time.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Only a yard that time, second and goal. Good first step there defensively, but they're still knocking on the doorstep, so maybe another run here?
I think so. And one of my favorite coaches used to say, son, if you could darn near lay down near the end zone and get in, give me my best power running play with my best back right now.
He's going to get it running right. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Buffalo. Jay Ajayi, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Bills have taken the early lead. Picking up where they left off before the open week that they had last week as they won going into that. And no signs of being stale.
No, and that's really big for them because there's a trust factor that goes into this. Because what often happens, if you win the game before your open week, you should get more time off. But if you win the game before the open week, get more time off, and don't play well the next time out, that goes away. So they're making a statement that they like that time off.
And not a bad return. Here he gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Dolphins offense now working their way back onto the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to tackle. And they take him down. The Bills get to him. Shaq Lawson. He's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Here's Tannehill. Complete to his running back, Kenyon Drake. They'll get 4 out of that, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. And you know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off of the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
Third and long, it's Tannehill. Looking for Stills here, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 37. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line. Trying to get it that time to Stills.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Here's Allen on 1st and 10. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Campbell. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Heck of a move, but only able to work his way down near the 23. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a 3rd down. Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. Firing quickly here, and that's complete.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Here we go now. Green 39.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's heating up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard down to the 16.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Detroit! Detroit!
Allen looks to throw on 2nd down. Escaping the pressure right. And that is caught. Touchdown, Buffalo. In for the score. And the Bills will add on to their lead.
He was able to move around and found some vision to throw the football. And how about how he ended it? Boy, he had some zip on that throw.
Yeah, it doesn't hurt to have an arm like that. Results in the touchdown here. Great play offensively. Now Hauschka to tack on the extra point. Hauschka with the extra point, and it's now 14-0. Here's Hauschka now to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. Always got some breathing room. Back here with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. We've had the kickoff to begin the first quarter. Now it's time for the second quarter kickoff. And they've got it here with a first down. Drake off the give from Tannehill. And they'll get him down here at about the 42.
I'd say it's pretty good strategy. If you throw interceptions on back-to-back drives, let's see if the running backs can handle the ball a little bit, get things going. And also, you motivate your offensive line. I think they're in the mood to fire out and hit someone.
I thought the defense, though, might be a little more prepared for that run. Pretty good gain on the ground. On second down, it's Drake. What a spin. There he goes inside the 30. That one good for 33 and a first.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
First foray into the red zone for Miami. They're looking at a first and goal from about the 9. On first and goal, Drake. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be second and goal.
Sometimes play calls boil down to philosophy. You know you're facing one of the top 10 units against the run in the NFL. So do you decide to keep smashing against them, or do you decide to throw the ball here?
Another shot from the 9 on second and goal. They'll try the air now with Tannehill. This will be caught at about the 5. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. 5 yards that time on the completion. And now it's third and goal.
Let's go.
Defense may be thinking pass. They come out in the nickel on third and goal. Tannehill. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off with great anticipation. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So that is 3 interceptions now in this first half. And you hate to ask the question, but here, let's be honest. We're thinking about it. Do you need to go in a different direction next series?
Potentially. We know that he's probably not going to be on the Pro Bowl ballot. That's not really his stature here. But he has been their starting quarterback for this game. So they've got to weigh things about.
Jay Ajayi's going to go. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. Jay Ajayi, an 80-yard touchdown. And the Bills will extend their lead. And with that carry, he's already over 100 yards here in the first half.
And, partner, you know exactly what he's saying to his teammates right now, right? Especially to the play caller.
Give me the ball.
Again, and again, and again. It's not that heavy, sir. I'll take it.
Here's Hauschka now to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Dolphins offense now ready to go back out onto the field. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either. We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle.
Hey, 20, go!
Here's Tannehill now on second down. And that one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football here. Nearly a fourth pick. And it's third down.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back in pass rush. They've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync. Only way to play good defense.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Zip.
From the gun, here's Tannehill. Gonna look deep for Wilson. And got his man complete. He's gonna go Albert Wilson. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. Albert Wilson, his first touchdown on the year. And the Dolphins are able to cut into this lead. Down 3 scores already. This game was really in danger of getting away from them. They needed a drive like that, especially on the road.
Not only to calm themselves, but maybe tamp down the crowd a little bit because everything was against them. As you noted, this game could have gotten away from them very easily, but instead, the calming drive, now they have a little bit more confidence. Okay, we're back in it. All right, we're ready to go. That was impressive.
And the defense now needs to reciprocate. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10. Here's a handoff to Ajayi to begin the drive. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. Terrell Suggs in on the tackle. The rush defense stout on first down. Here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Now Allen off the bootleg. They'll roll him out right. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Allen. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they're going to get this all the way inside the Miami 15. It's a big play for the Bills on third down. 52 yards. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Operating from the red zone now. Allen. And a quick throw here. That's complete. And here he'll get it down to the 7. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
When you see zone defense and you know you got a drag route on as your primary call, you got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Now a toss play. It's Ajayi. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. 4 yards on the play, and that leads to the 1st and goal.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he takes it in across the chalk for a Bills touchdown. Jay Ajayi on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Bills will add on to their lead. Hauschka now for the extra point. Hauschka adds the extra point, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Here's Hauschka now to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. So now here come the Dolphins. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2 minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
Tannehill on first down. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. 1:59 to go in the first half. Back to Buffalo after this. Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10. Tannehill hands to Drake. Room here to run. And he's got this almost to the 40 before going out. A Miami first down on the 14-yard pickup. Well, he's broken off some big-time runs here in this first half.
Yeah, and let's just face it. When you go into a game, you think you've got the plays that are going to work, but when you actually get out there and they're starting to happen, your confidence rises, and he's running with terrific ability right now.
Now on first down, Drake again. And he's across the 43 extra yards to the 43. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
Now Tannehill. And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down. Shaq Lawson in there to get him for his 2nd sack of the night.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been under constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. From the gun on third down, Tannehill. It's complete to Parker, left side. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. It's a 15-yard pickup, but it'll lead to a 4th down. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. Now the offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3.
Hey, 20, 20, 20, 20. Hey, 20, 20, 20, 20.
They are going for it. It's Tannehill. That's caught by his big tight end, Mike Gesicki. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a first down. Now the former 4th-round pick, it's Kalen Ballage. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. Now before this 2nd down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Now it's Tannehill. Over the middle, complete. It's Parker. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. A really nice gain of 25 yards. From the red zone now, Tannehill. He dumps it off to Drake. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. Kenyon Drake as the first half is winding down. And the Dolphins are able to draw a bit closer. Well, this could be a big turnaround. They get the touchdown here in the final moments of the 2nd quarter. And remember, Charles, they're going to get the ball to start quarter number 3 as well.
So what you're saying is if they take the ball down to start the 2nd half and score again, it could change the entire complexion of this game, couldn't it?
Absolutely. This will be taken in at the 1. And an alley to run. The 40. He's at the 30. 10. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. DeAnthony Thomas in the final seconds of the first half. And the Bills will extend their lead. I know a lot of special teams coaches, they just want to keep it away from him because that's what he can do.
And others have egos that their players can't keep up with. And they say, challenge him, kick it to him. The way he runs as fast as he is, I wouldn't challenge him at all. I'd do everything possible to keep it away.
He is just a blur when he gets a full head of steam, and he got a full head of steam there. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Dolphins offense now heads back on the field. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
20.
On first down, it's Tannehill. Gonna look deep for Wilson. He's got a man complete. Past the 20. And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
And here on the road, that could be a huge score for their morale in the second half.
Every team has confidence going into the start of games, but sometimes you get it rocked a little bit, and this certainly applies here for them. But guess what? Just what you said, this touchdown can give them their belief back that they can win in the second half.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Out come the Bills now as they'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, you feel like you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
It's still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
Hurry up, here we go. 3-19.
On 2nd down, here's Allen. Throw left side complete. It's Campbell. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 43.
All right, here we go. Green, 39.
From the gun, it's Allen. And this is going to be incomplete.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. They'll toss it to Ajayi. And some room to work. Flash the stick skills on that run, but then stop shy of the 35. A nice job to get 8 there after the incompletion, and now they'll look at a 3rd and 2 coming up. They run again with Ajayi. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Jay Ajayi, 36 yards. And the Bills will add on to their lead.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. and they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the third quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
So here are the Dolphins now. They get ready for their first possession of the second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. Credit him with a 1-yard gain.
Well, we saw them there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Zebra. Tiger. Go. Zebra. Tiger.
Now Tannehill. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep two hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
Hey, 20. Play.
Throwing on third down, Tannehill. And they take him down. The Bills get to him. Dee Ford with a big-time sack on third down. And it'll be a loss of 7. Here's Matt Hawk now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. Returnable for Thomas. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And the Bills will be backed up to start the drive. They'll have it 1st and 10. Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10. Throwing on first down is Allen. Quick hitter here. It's complete. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
As a passer, you're always trying to find that open window to throw the ball downfield. How about this one? Right in the middle of the field, right in the heart of a defense.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Here's Ajayi. Some fancy footwork, but not much room to operate. Just up past the 25 and no further. Call it a gain of 3, but not enough to move the sticks. It'll be 3rd and about a foot or 2. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Ajayi. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point. Going to make that defense stand up and stop them. So after the run by Jay Ajayi, here's 1st and 10. On first down, Allen. Going to throw right side here. Complete. No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly.
Here we go now. Green 39.
This is Ajayi. They find some open field here. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Give him 18 on that one as the Bills are going to have a first down.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Couple of first downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46. Right back to him on first down. And this time the yards won't come so easy as they'll, in fact, tackle him behind the line. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down. From midfield, here's Allen, sliding out of the pocket. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit because they nearly got to him there, and it would have been the first sack of the game. Instead, they're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
The Bills on third down. A perfect 4 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 14. So the shotgun snap to Allen. He'll rifle this one deep right. This is caught at the 20. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. A big gain of 31 on third down. So a big play as it gets him all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Oh, he had 6 points in his hands there. Couldn't hang on. 2nd down.
Coverage was very good that time. A nice job to smother him as the ball arrived, and that ensured an incomplete pass.
And it keeps 6 points off the board. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. They'll run it now out of the gun. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd. The Bills on 3rd down. No problems to this point. A perfect 5 for 5. This is 3rd and 11. Now Allen to throw. Operating from the gun. Drops it off to Ajayi. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves them just short for 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the 1st down. In this case, it didn't happen.
A dozen plays on that drive that ends with the field goal.
Let's go ahead and break out some of the old chestnuts here, right, partner? Keep the ball in front, rally to it, and make the tackle. Right? No big plays given up, no balls over your head. Bend, don't break.
Hold on. Chestnuts?
You like
Come
that
on.
one?
What does that mean, break out? That just because you break chestnuts?
I'm not sure about that part. I'm just going with why they said that. I have no idea.
Tannehill and the Dolphins break the huddle. Come up 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line. Here's Tannehill. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
Hey, 20.
Now a handoff for Drake. And the hole closes quickly. He gets it across the 35 to the 36-yard line. It's a gain of about 3, but it's going to leave him with 3rd and still 7 yards to go.
We're walking. We're all walking. Tiger.
To throw is Tannehill. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And it's a fumble. And the Bills have recovered.
All right, you've had to put up with me in this booth. I'm going to try and be simple this time and succinct. It simply has not been their night.
No, I think that fumble's kind of indicative of how this whole evening's gone, isn't it?
Without a doubt. I mean, they've tried, but nothing has ever really taken throughout the game. That's why they're down so big.
They run with Ajayi. And he's got some space here. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a 1st down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And some room to roam now. And a solid run down inside the 30. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
At this stage of the game, with the score where it is, the key here is stay in bounds, and he did just that. Not by a huge margin, but he stayed in.
And those come up in what we like to call winning edge meetings. The things that you have to do, late game situations, kicking situations, doesn't matter what it is, the things you have to do to win a game, and that comes up in that meeting, then you practice it, they've got to be happy to see it executed, being able to stay in bounds and work the clock.
Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down. And for the 2nd time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here. He hit his first. Now this from 43. And Hauschka's kick is good. And that'll push the lead from 24 up to 27. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And out come the Dolphins now. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly
you
right.
Like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
Even with the nice move, can't go very far. Stopped short of the 30. Tackle made there by Jordan Poyer.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30.
Zebra.
To throw on 2nd down is Tannehill. He goes underneath to Drake. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. Call it a gain of 3. And that'll lead here to a 3rd down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Zebra.
Tannehill. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. And a quick slant gets exactly 10, and by the nose of the football, they've got a 1st down. Now Drake, and he takes it past the 45 and down at the 46. The pass rush specialist, Dee Ford, in on the stop.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on 1st down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Back to throw, Tannehill. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Jordan Poyer. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10. They'll begin the drive with a Johnny. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Time for a break. We'll come back and wrap up garbage time after this. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Now it's Ajayi. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down. Finally, defensively, they have a little clip to show positive for actually stopping him running the football.
It's been a really long night for them, hasn't it? So they got a little bit of a win there, but let's face it, the vision that he's had running the football has carried his feet to the open spaces and to big yardage all night long.
Now they try the right side here. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time. But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. And this one will be taken up. They'll spot it right at the 7. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. On 2nd down, here's Tannehill. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Brian Allen. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran a wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
Hurry up, here we go. Green 39, green 39. Let's go deep.
And Allen is actually going to throw it here. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game. Points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Bills, they move back over 500 now at 4-3. And they'll get a few extra days to get ready for next week where they take on the Tennessee Titans. Meanwhile, for Miami, they fall 2 games under 500 now at 3-5. And they'll try again next week at home against Philadelphia. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.